And welcome back to WENY News at Noon. We have a full studio guest joining us today, and they are guaranteed to make you laugh. We have comedians Honest John, Don Jenkins, Steve O'Connell, and we've got another guy in the back, Steve Shaw, and they are taking part in a night of comedy that is coming up this weekend. So if you are looking for something to do and you just want to go out and have a great night and have some laughs, that is the night to do it. So I want to start with you, comedian Honest John. We were talking before the show, and you let me know that you recently moved from LA to the Rochester area. So welcome to Western New York. I have to ask you what that experience has been like so far.
Well, first of all, let me say that it's only a coincidence that the rate of STDs has gone up since I moved here. I had nothing to do with it. If they do happen to rise after the show on Saturday, well, that's a different thing.
Okay. And so tell us about, for people who are not familiar with you, about your style of comedy. I think I got a little taste of it just now.
I guess I'm best known as an urban comic. I work mostly in Los Angeles. I work mostly in the black clubs, and I've appeared mostly on BET, Def Jam, Showtime at the Apollo, and been in a few movies and stuff like that. And oh, by the way, shout out to Horseheads Brewery for sponsoring our show on Saturday.
Sure. And now, Don, I want to ask you, because you told me you've been doing comedy for about 15 years.
Correct.
And I know that you're all, very funny people, just
Right.
Naturally funny. But there's, I think, a difference between just being like a funny guy and then thinking, I think I have a talent and I can do something with this. So just tell us a little bit about how you got into comedy.
For me, the one thing I was always good at was making people laugh. And it wasn't until late in life, until like my 30s, that I actually stepped on an open mic stage in Lower Manhattan at the now closed Boston Comedy Club. And it's just a matter of taking that funny energy that you have among people that know you, know how you talk, know your points of reference, and then kind of communicating that to people that don't know you, and trying to make that that funny resonate with people that maybe first time meeting you is that night you're on stage or whatever. And so for me, it's just the joy of entertaining people and taking people out of their mind for a little bit, the problems going on, whatever, and just kind of giving them a couple minutes of a good laugh. It's super meaningful, and I love doing it.
Absolutely. And Steve, that kind of leads me into you, is just the feeling of getting up there on stage in front of a room of strangers, and maybe there's some loved ones sprinkled in there, but just allowing them to escape the circumstances for a moment and just have, some good laughs.
Oh, absolutely. I like to tell stories. I like to talk about things that people can relate to. I do a lot of self-depreciating humor. My wife is a pretty good sport because she's involved in that a lot. But that's something that I've always been good at, even as a kid. And it's really cool to be able to actually get paid to do something that you used to get in trouble for in high school.
Absolutely, facts.
And so if you are looking, again, to just have a good night out, a night full of laughs, and see the three of you, as well as Steve Shaw, of course, who is also watching from our control room. John, what should they know ahead of Saturday night?
It's 7 o'clock, the Hilton Garden Inn, and drink up and smoke up and get ready for the show.
All right, and tickets are only $20. You can buy them at the door. So John, Don, Steve, and Steve in the back, congratulations to you on your show this Saturday. And thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come here on WENY News.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.